After each one, okay. So, Bob, I'm going to package this as you're up here giving us your annual report, so to speak, correct?
Yes,
Yes, okay. And we are, you are getting $275,000 of the taxpayers' money in your program,
that's
correct?
correct.
Yes, okay. So I've got a concern, Bob, and this is the time to bring this up. Bob and I had a discussion today, and he assured me that Forward Sioux Falls does not endorse or participate in any political candidates or campaigns. I think that's fabulous. That's the way it should be. You also mentioned early on that you are using social media as a way of reaching out to people, and I know that Jody Schwan is a part of that, correct?
That's correct.
Her Facebook, Sioux Falls Biz.
She's one of the people we contract with to get the word out. Yeah.
Exactly. And I think she does a very, very good job. So what I'm going to talk about here is I'm talking about the appearance of impropriety. And Bob and I have had this discussion today. I also had the discussion with Jody Schwan. I happened to run across, and let me say for the record, I am not a candidate for the city council at this time. Alex Jensen is, and Matt Paulson, who's sitting in the audience here, is the face, the force, and the campaign manager, so to speak, treasurer of Alex Jensen's campaign. And I'll tell you that you'll see how this connects in a minute. Matt Paulson has given $1,000 to Greg Neisert. I'm not sure how much he gave to Marshall Selberg, but I know he's given to him. He and his wife both gave $1,000 each to Alex Jensen's campaign. He has been very generous that way. He's made it very vocal through different forums, through his newsletter, Market Beat, that he is supporting Alex Jensen. And this is a direct action to remove me from sitting at this place. And there's discussion that big business would like to have someone else sitting in my seat. Big business is Forward Sioux Falls, in my opinion. Now, Bob assured me that this is not happening. There's no energy here. However, Tom, if you'd bring that up now, please. And then do you have the whole article there? Well, the pieces, so they've got Matt Paulson featured on this, and I saw this yesterday, and he's also mentioning Alex Jensen, that he's supporting him. And I wouldn't mind if that was out there, but the fact that it's sponsored by the Sioux Falls Development Foundation is problematic, in my opinion, especially when we have been told that you are not going to participate in any kind of political activity. I asked Bob this morning to remove this until after the election, just to show the citizens that they got $275,000 invested in this. We are not trying to give Alex Jensen any kind of a special foothold on this, that we're not giving Matt Paulson an extra forum to promote this. And I'm asking again that, and I know your board of directors has said, no, we want to keep that up there. That gives the appearance that Forward Sioux Falls is participating in political activity. So I wanted to say this for the record. I think that it would be an act of integrity for you to take that down. And if someone else jumps in the race, we don't know who's going to be in the race. But for you to allow that to be running, I guess, since November, I only saw it yesterday. But I've talked to other people about this. They agree that this gives the appearance that you're letting Alex Jensen through Matt Paulson be promoted. So again, I'm going to ask you as a taxpayer funded entity to do that.
Take the full article down?
I would say take the full article down. And I think I'm saying it now, but there's no harm done if you put it back up in May when it's all done.
Okay.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, Councilor Erickson.
I'd just like to say a couple of words. Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt
Sorry,
you.
go ahead.
I find it very inappropriate that a councilor is trying to use a seat to intimidate someone from not running. At the end of the day, it's also very completely inappropriate for an elected official to use their office to demand removal of an article featuring a private citizen. I know the private citizen is here. I'd welcome him to come forward if he'd like to defend himself if he's going to be brought forward in this manner. The First Amendment is there to protect the freedom, the free press from intimidation and bullying of government, let alone a government official. And so I would encourage you to make the decision based on what you want to do, but I certainly stand for the First Amendment and your freedom of speech to write how you feel necessary. You're not writing about a candidate. And I also feel it very inappropriate that we're now bringing a council race into this forum versus talking about the great things that you're doing for our community. Talking about the great things, I'm not finished. Talking about the great things that we're doing for our community and all the work that you're trying to impact with economic development, bringing jobs in. We've just changed the whole complete narrative on something that is very inappropriate in my opinion. I stand for the freedom of speech and I hope that you would too. And if Matt would like to come forward and say something, I welcome you to do that. I know that's out of norm. I'd ask my counselor colleague friends to allow that to happen. We don't fund your whole budget. We don't fund anywhere near your whole budget.
And it is so unfortunate that the word attack was used not once but twice. This was not an attack article against anybody. It was, and I had to scan this article 4 different times to even find the name Alex Jensen. It says, the question that was presented to Matt was, what do your days as an entrepreneur look like? And how did your education prepare you for your career? There's much dialogue, but this is the sentence where Alex is referenced. Organizations and businesses that I am currently involved with include 1 Million Cups, Alex Jensen for Sioux Falls, Downtown Rotary, Faith Baptist Fellowship, Falls Angel Fund, Go-Go Photo Contest, Market Beat, the Sioux Falls Ministry Center, Sioux Falls Seminary, and the Zeal Center for Entrepreneurship. There's no attack there.
Welcome.
My name is Matt Paulson. I live in Sioux Falls. I was not expecting to come to this meeting today. I was in bed with my daughter. She's sick, and I got a phone call at 3:30 that my name might be mentioned in this meeting. I would like to state that I'm a private citizen. I am not a candidate for any office. I have the full freedom of speech and the full freedom of press that every citizen in this country has, and those freedoms should not be infringed upon. I am a member of the community. I am a community leader, and this means that on occasion stories are written about me in the local media. I did this article at the request of the Sioux Falls Development Foundation and DSU. DSU is doing a lot of good things that are going to create a lot of jobs in our community, Sioux Falls, in years to come. The article that was written about me was not political in any way or form. They asked me how I spend my time as an entrepreneur, and I answered that question. Being involved in local politics is one way that I'm involved because I think it is very important to have good city government leaders. I believe I was attacked today. I believe I was bullied. I believe this latest attack is just an example of an ongoing practice of intimidating and bullying behavior. And I have been much more quiet about this than probably I should. But frankly, that time has come to an end. Ms. Stehly has complained about me to numerous community leaders. She complained to Bob Munt about me before this meeting. She apparently had complained to Jody Schwan about me earlier today. And it's not just been those two, it's been at least a dozen. In the past, I had a political disagreement with Ms. Stehly, and she said that she would consider voting against funding for the USD Discovery District because I challenged her political tactics and I was involved with an affiliated organization with the Discovery District. There have been posts about me on a local political blog, which I believe were written at her request. She has called to complain to me personally, at least 4 phone calls in 1 week. She has called me after 11 p.m. on a Saturday night to complain about something that I did or said on Facebook. This is not acceptable behavior. As a leader, I can take that heat, but I know that I'm not the only one being bullied, and this has to stop. There are other people that have jobs. You know, I'm a small business owner. I can take the heat. I don't have a boss that I'm accountable to, but there are other people that do have bosses, and I wonder how many people that have bosses have been silenced because they are afraid for their jobs. I know I'm not the only one. There are others. This is just not acceptable behavior. It's just a sad day when a local elected official is using a public meeting to attack a private citizen, and I hope this won't continue. That is all.
Anybody else?